is Orion Council here. Hold on please. So it says, we will communicate to you about the energies in this location. As you know, lots of beings here, as you have noticed. There's plenty of them here. We want you to know that all is well, and we have energy communications for you at this time. Recall who you are, and recall that you are multiple beings at times. What do we mean by this? You have a self that is here in this moment. You have a self that is in the past. You have a self that is in the future, and many of you talk about these selves as if you were all one being. It is correct to assume that you are many beings in one timeline. You say, I was not the same self that I was yesterday. And you say, I will change, some of you. And some of you say, I am alright with where I am at this time. So if you were to sense our energetics, you would understand that we communicate about problematic questions. We communicate about attitudes. We communicate about how you foresee the timeline for yourself. And we communicate about the energies in different areas on your planet. Sometimes we give you information about other beings in other dimensions. Where we are located at this moment is around the planet Earth. How can we be of assistance? Orion Council here.
So, the question is, as energies shift and move, and we're going into 5D, people ask me, what is 5D? Well, while I'm in a dimensional realm, still having to use my mind and do three-dimensional activities, how do I know that 5D is available, and what does that mean?
Sometimes your fifth-dimensional energy body feels out of tune with your third-dimensional body. So as we say, you have many selves in many dimensions. You see it as a timeline. Fifth-dimensionally, you are always existing. How do I access infinite self? Awareness. And also your attributes that you are developing here on this planet. These attributes help you locate yourself in fifth dimension. Where is fifth dimension? It is here. Some of you are communicating about being in one place with other beings, and we have told you that there are beings in this location. Some of you are not perceptive of them, that is all right, but they are still existing. Do you feel that you must go somewhere to perceive these beings? Were they here all along? Did you invite them? Who are they? These questions perhaps help you to become aware of your multidimensionality.
Is the council ready for the next question?
We are ready for your next question. Thank you.
So as the heart opening on Earth expands, and we have witnessed this with several volcano activities on the planet, what does that mean for people when the heart chakra and the sacral connects? The higher with the lower. What does that mean?
What we understand your question is what happens when I am in alignment with receiving energies and giving them, when I am doing it in a way that I am not used to? Because when you ask about certain energy points, you are focusing on what needs to be focused on. Yes, and some of you say, I don't know if I need to focus in that way. Orion Council, tell me, is this the correct energy center? You must sense yourselves, and now that you are adjusting to new energetics, new perceptions and awareness that you are multidimensional, and that there are multiple beings in many locations, and that you have a self in fifth dimension, what do you do about energy centers that need your attention? How can I fifth dimensionally work on these points within my being? We understand your question. Take a moment. If you understood our perspective, you would see that we are sending many helpers to you at this time. Orion Council, how do you send helpers? Is it a ghost? Is it an animal? Who is my helper at this time? At times you are not to know who is helping you, in what way. There are people assisting whom you may not have considered. There are entities assisting them to assist you, etc., 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 etc. So, we say that to align these energy centers, become aware of the help that is given to you. Also, recall that you are one being here in this moment with multiple parallel options, and you are here to enjoy the experience. So many of you say, Orion Council, I'm not enjoying my experience here. How can I facilitate that energy for myself? And you say, I must align my energy bodies. Yes, correct. That is correct. Align energy bodies and you will feel enjoyment. Do you have another question for us? Thank you.
Yes. When people say, I want to align myself more to my path, how do I know when I'm on my path, and how do I know when I'm off my path?
This is a good question because you are wanting to see if you have aligned it to your creation that is of excitement, and that is of joy, and that is of health. Many of you say, Orion Council, tell me about the health system. Is it on my path to focus that way? I'm a healthy person. Should I be focusing on health? Orion Council, I am focusing on enjoyment. But is this healthy enjoyment? Orion Council, when is it on your path to have these qualities? Is it on your path to have these qualities? Yes, it is. We believe your answer is, of course, Orion Council. I feel content in this manner. If you understood it from our perspective, you would see that you are to become more sensitive to energies. You are to allow for greater relaxation at times, and you're also allowed to see. Where you have a vision, you have a alignment. Yes, aligning to your visions, as you call it. Focusing on the wellness that you are, creating joyful experiences, and knowing that you are to focus there at times. Become aware of your bodies, become aware of your patterns, and become aware of those who are helping. It is important to know and enjoy the assistance. Are you aware that we are practicing also communication with you?
Which leads to another question is, people say that we shouldn't look for extraterrestrial life with antennas and devices, we should tune into our inner antenna. That our DNA is the antenna actually to communicate in a natural way with other dimensional life and extraterrestrial life. What does the council have to say to that?
One moment. You understand that you have satellite systems, yes? And you understand that they are used for communications. You understand that there are peaceful transmissions through your systems. And sometimes when you receive transmissions in another language, you become confused and you say, oh, this must be a negative experience because I don't understand. Do you know that when change happened in your countries, there were always those who said, I am not ready for change. And there are those who say, I have waited for many years. There are some who are adaptive to change. So, if you are receiving information from non-terrestrial beings, what is your perception? How do you adjust to that event? What takes place outside of my physicality is out of my control, you say. Am I allowing for this experience? It is not enjoyable, or is it? Many of you came to this planet to have experience. Many of you control the experience, and many of you are excited about what could happen with the experience. So, adjust your antennas because we are communicating right now, and many others thank you.
We have no more questions.
Thank you.